Hi, Jazzy.
Hi, Angie.
Welcome to the podcast. It's been a long time coming, but I just wanted to welcome you. How are you feeling? Are you nervous? Are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm happy to be here finally.
I know. It's been a while. So you're actually a nail tech here at Simple Beauty. You've been with us for about 6 months, right?
Mhm.
About more or less. You started in October?
October. Yeah, it's about 6 months.
In about 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about that it feels like such a long time, but it's not that long.
Yeah, but it feels like I'm supposed to be here, you know?
Yeah, I love that. Do you want to talk about how we met, or do you want me to start, or do you remember how we met?
Like when we were younger?
Yeah,
Or
because
like
we actually
here?
we went to middle school together.
Yeah.
I know you had told me that I had went up to you one time as a child.
Yeah, I thought it was super cool because you were a whole grade like above me.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was super cool that I had a friend in 7th grade and I was like in 6th grade.
Yeah, I was kind of weird. I feel like I was just really crazy as a kid. Like I would talk to anybody and like I didn't care.
You
I'd
were
be
like super friendly though, and like you would talk to everybody.
I
So it was cool
would.
that you even like saw me and were like, "Hey, like I'm Jelly. Like, do you want to be my like we could be friends?"
I was so weird as a kid. No, but I do remember you from middle school. And I don't think I remember talking to you, or I don't remember if we had classes or anything, but I just remember you in general. And then I remember you a little in high school, but I know you left San Benito.
Yeah, so I left when I graduated in 2018. I moved to Minnesota with my then boyfriend, now husband.
Oh, I love that. High school sweethearts, technically, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in high school.
Yeah, technically. And then how old were you when you moved back to San Benito? Did you move back to San Benito or?
Yeah, I moved back to San Benito. It was 2019, I think. And I think I was 19. Yeah, it was really crazy. I moved back with my parents, and it was such a weird, like, move because I was, like, still a kid, but, like, I wanted to be an adult so bad. So, like, I moved to another state.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came back, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna live back with my parents. Like,
I feel like we all kind of go through that though,
Yeah.
because I kind of went through that too. I
Mhm.
moved out at 17 actually, and then I ended up moving back in when I was like 19, just for a little bit. But I feel
Mhm.
like we all go through that stage of like, I want to be grown, and I think I'm grown, and like
Yeah.
you think you know everything,
Uh-huh.
and then we look back now as like 25-year-olds, and we're like, we literally knew nothing.
Yes.
Like it's so stupid. And what started your career as a nail tech? Was it right then and there, or like you worked somewhere else, or what kind of started your like I want to be a nail tech?
So I actually went to school to be a medical assistant.
Okay.
And I did like all my certifications. I was like a certified phlebotomist, certified EKG tech, and
Oh,
a medical
wow.
assistant. And I did my clinicals, but on like the last couple of weeks, we had like the lockdown for like the COVID-19 quarantine and everything. And
Oh wow.
it was really scary, and I was really humbled, and I didn't want to do the medical field because I was really scared to get sick. So then I was like, well, what am I going to do? And I've always wanted to do like cosmetology because I really liked hair coloring and braiding and things like that. So I went to Yucas to like enroll and see what they offered and stuff like that, and it was like way out of my price range,
Oh,
the whole
wow.
cosmetology program. So I was like, well, maybe I can just do one thing or the other, like aesthetics or lash tech or nails. And they're like, oh, we have our manicurist program. And so it was more in my budget because I wasn't working at the time, so I was gonna go full time. And yeah, that's how I ended up doing manicure, licensed manicurist.
I actually never knew that. I never knew you went to like you did medical. You were in the medical career.
Mhm.
I had no idea. I don't know how we haven't talked about that. I didn't know you wanted to do hair, or that you wanted to look into like the full Cosmo, because I'm fully licensed. I have my license to do hair, aesthetics, everything. That's so crazy because your dad owns his barbershop. He has a very well-known barbershop in San Benito.
Yes.
20 years open, right?
Mhm.
20 years of business.
Yes.
I always assumed too, like I've always wanted to ask you, did you ever want to do barbering, like cutting men's hair?
I've thought about it, and I've tried to like cut my husband's hair at home, and I hate how the clippers feel in my hand.
Really?
But I would like to try it maybe with like a higher quality machine,
Okay.
because maybe it'll be like more comfortable in my hand. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've
Also,
only
there's
used
there's so many different like tools now, like even for
Yeah.
hairstylists, like the blow
Yeah.
dryers and like everything's really different.
Yeah, like high tech stuff.
Yeah, I actually, fun fact, I wanted to do barbering.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
in
so
high
cool.
school, I wanted to do nails and barbering,
Mhm.
but I was not good. Or like not that I don't think I was good, but I just don't think I had like the natural hand for it. Like I
Mhm.
would try to do men's haircuts and it was really bad. Like I don't know. And then even for prom, so me and Marcus went to prom together
Mhm.
and he was like, "You can cut my hair for prom," because he was like, "Maybe it'll be special, you know." And I was so scared. It took him forever to finally let me cut his hair, and he
Mhm.
decides on prom. So I got anxiety,
Oh
and then
my
from then on, I
gosh.
was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But yeah, so I've always wanted to do nails though. So and that's crazy because I would think like you're in the barber, you see your dad, but I know your
Mhm.
dad's a cosmetologist too. You've told
Mhm.
me before. How was it like growing up with your dad owning a barbershop?
It was really cool. I used to spend my summers there, like cleaning and like just tidying up and helping them get what they needed, like hot towels or
Yeah.
whatever. So it was really cool seeing how they run their business and seeing like the trial and error on their part.
Okay.
So now as an adult, I'm like, oh, okay, I can kind of see what works and what kind of business I would like to work at or I would like to see or what works for the business.
Yeah.
So I would always spend my summers there from when I was like I want to say like 8 all the way till I was about 13, 14 is
That's
when I
really
stopped
young.
like oh like I'm too cool for that, you get to that age.
You're like, I'm not going to my dad to work.
But it was really cool cuz like he always has several employees working for him.
Okay.
So they would all tip me at the end of the day because I would, sweep after each haircut. I would kind of
I
clean
love
their areas.
that,
And I
actually.
thought it was the best money ever because I
Yeah.
was a
You're
kid
like,
with.
I'm balling.
Yeah, it was so cool.
No, I think it's really cool. Your dad is very known in Sabanito.
Mhm.
Actually, Marcus, I don't know exactly like if he got his haircut as a kid, but I know your dad had came in here for a pedicure, and he's like, "Oh, I
Mhm.
remember him from when he was like 1 years old,"
Yes.
and so he's always kind of known him, right? I only know him because of him because he would talk about him, and then I would see him on Facebook. People would share his
Mhm.
stuff, and
Yeah.
my old boss, actually, my old cosmetology teacher, I worked for her like
Mhm.
about a year ago. She knows him too. Like they all
Mhm.
kind of San Benito knows each other, you know.
Yeah, I think they all kind of went to school together too. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's
it's like
cool.
it's all the people. Like everybody just
Yes,
knows it's small town.
somehow we all came full circle and we all know each other
Yeah,
too.
I love that. But that's really cool. I didn't know about the whole barbering thing. I think that
Mhm.
would have been interesting to see.
Yeah.
But I do feel like you have such a talent for nails. I've always thought that like your art is amazing. Even you've talked about wanting to do actual art off of nails,
Yeah.
and I think that would be really amazing.
Mhm.
Everybody watching, I don't know if you've seen Jazzy's work,
Like.
but she's pretty great. Honestly, I feel like I don't know, you're pretty cool. I love having you on my team. I feel you're very inspiring for one because you're like down to try anything. The clients bring anything to you and you're like, yeah, I can do that. Or
Mhm.
even every time I listen to you, you're like, oh wait, we can add this, or what do you think of that? And I'm like I feel like I'm creative, but at the same time when I get stuck with somebody telling me like, "Oh, what do you think of this?" I'm like, oh, "I'm scared to do it. I don't know." And I won't offer anything, you know. Even that
Yeah.
one time with the bow, remember?
Mhm.
When the client was coming in, she's like, "I think I want a bow on my toe." And I was like, "Oh my gosh."
You had to prepare the whole day, like mentally.
I know.
You practiced too.
It was so stupid. No, but I love that you just naturally have that talent because,
I think it
you know.
came with the years of experience because where I used to work at, they were known more for like the nail art and stuff like that. So I would get a lot of people that would just bring me and assume that I knew how to do all this stuff. So I do think that like working in this industry for like the 2 years that I worked, I've learned to kind of see what works good on the nails and see like alternate designs or and I also start to learn the clients and know what they like because
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I do get clients that come in and it's like their first time and they want to freestyle. For me, freestyle was like everything. Like I want to do 3D,
Wow.
I want to do nail art, I want to do like flowers, but I don't know these people sometimes, so it's like hard to do a
Yeah,
freestyle.
that's what I hate too. I don't like when
Mhm.
people come in and it's like their first time with me, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, you can choose whatever color, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know you yet.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, I don't know you.
Like, let me get to know you first, and then I'll like.
Yeah, you know what to give them.
Yeah.
Especially because like sometimes people will say that they're like, do whatever, and then they don't like it.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks.
That's what I don't want. I want them
Yes.
to like have the best experience I can give them. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, so you've been here with us about 6 months. I've known you for a long time. But I always told you like I wanted to see you grow, and I feel like you've been growing. How
Yeah.
has your experience been here at Simple Beauty?
It's been life changing
Oh, I love
and
that.
like career changing.
Okay, I think I'm gonna cry.
Don't
I wanna
cry. It's been really cool, like to be a part of a team that we all want the same for our clients, you know?
Yeah.
And for each other, like we help each other out when we're busy in the mornings. We're like kind of hectic sometimes, and like we'll make the hot towels for each other. You'll set up our pedicures for the day.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to have that. Like you don't get that just anywhere, you know?
Yeah. I think that's one thing is like I always wish I had that, like somebody to guide me and help me, and like not just anybody, but like when I worked for other people, you know, I feel like I was always just thrown and they tried to make me just figure it out, especially like I started at 17, and at my first job, like they just expected me to know everything, and they threw me out there, and I mean I did figure it out, but at the same time like that's not the best way to do it sometimes. But yeah, so I love seeing how much you've grown. I think one thing I was really surprised about was you not having a nail page. I remember when you first came, I was like, why don't you have one? You need to have one. So I encourage you to make one. So now you have Nails by Jazzy.
Yes.
And it's so cute. It's so you. Yeah, so I just noticed that your page has grown so much in such a short period of time. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I've definitely got a lot of new clients in the past 6 months, and it's been really crazy, but it's been such a blessing.
Yeah.
And like I said, like I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm where I'm supposed to be.
I feel like you were scared too that your clients weren't gonna follow you. And I noticed when you first came, you had a lot of clients.
Yeah.
A lot of people did follow you, and you've made a lot here. I think one thing that I mean, I love that you're busy. I love seeing you. Sometimes I do feel bad because I'm like, oh my gosh, she's in back to back all day. It's already 6. Like I feel so bad, but I do love seeing you busy. I love seeing you thrive here. It makes me happy, and I always tell you that. Like, I love seeing you like radiate on your desk. You're shining and glowing. Your work ethic is so amazing. I love having you here, not just because of that, but I feel like you inspire me. Like, oh, I want to make it good for her. I want to make it good for the girls.
Yeah.
Because you guys do work so hard, and like just everything. Like I see how much you appreciate me, and I want you guys to know that I appreciate you at the end of the day, you know? But yeah, I just love seeing you grow, and it makes me really happy. And
yeah, I try to be the employee that I wish I had.
Yeah.
And I guess that goes back to like growing up at my dad's barbershop. Like he has like the best reputation, you know, has like a high reputation at his barbershop. So I kind of know what a boss would look for in an employee, and I try to be that, you know?
Yeah.
And like I'm not like my husband always makes fun of me because I always say I'm not an underachiever. So I always try my best, you know, just because I would want someone to do that for me, you know.
Yeah, I love it.
If it was my business.
Yeah, no, I completely get it. And I love that about you is anytime we have like a seasonal going on or anything I want to add to the shop, I'm always like, I go to you because you're the one that's like, wait, we should do this or we should do that. And sometimes I forget all the ideas. That's why I'm always like, write it down because I'm gonna forget. But I do love that you're so involved here, and I love that you care so much, and it makes me happy. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right. And like, because I do have my days where you've seen where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I feel defeated. I feel all over the place. But then, like, I think of the little things, and I'm like, I love the girls. Like, I'm doing it for them and for me, of course. But I'm doing it for you guys because I want you to be happy, and I want this to be a place where this is your safe spot. You know, this is your safe place.
A lot of my clients tell me that, too. Like, they feel like this is their favorite place. Like, they feel safe. They feel calm. They like it here. And they come not only like for the service, of course, but for the environment, and it's really cool. Like, I don't know, I'm just so happy to be a part of it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you are a big part of it too, because I always tell my clients too, like, I would not have the shop without you guys. And I've always said from the beginning, like, even when you first started working here, like, I made the break room so small because I honestly didn't think anybody would want to work for me. And, like, it just made me, like, I think just being rejected by so many people, like, the team that I have right now, I would have never imagined you guys or you being here. Like, it's insane. But I love you being a part of my day. I love, usually at the end of the night, it's always just me and you, because I don't like to leave you guys here. So I, like, if you're gonna take a late client, I want you to know, like, you're not alone. If you want to work more, I'm gonna work more with you. And so at the end of the night, it's usually just us, you know. So we always have our deep conversations, and I love that. Like, I am your boss at the end of the day, right? But we do have that relationship, and we've connected so much. I think that's also why I asked you to come here today, like, to talk and stuff. I genuinely love when you're here. Like, you bring the calmness to the shop.
Thank you.
I always tell you,
it's
you're
like chaos inside.
I know, right? We're both crazy and chaotic, but I feel like you just get me. You understand me, you respect me, and, like, I adore you, of course. But yeah, I love having you here. It's so amazing. I get scared to lose you one day because I want you to, like, have your dreams. Like, of course, obviously I want you, if you want to have your own salon, like, you know, I'm gonna back you up, and I'm always in your corner and stuff like that. But I do get scared, like, for you to leave, because I'm like, I want you all to myself. That's so bad. No, but I do have a lot of dreams for us, and I have dreams for you to, like, be a bigger part of us, you know. And I've talked about it with Robbie, and, like, she thinks you're amazing too, you know. So
it's an honor.
Big dreams. But that's what I was gonna say earlier, was that you're always just so busy, and I love that. But also, like, my clients don't know you, and it makes me sad, because they're like, oh, she's always just there, and she's always like, she doesn't talk, and I'm like, she's tired.
I'm in my zone. It's not personal, I promise. I'm fun.
No, I know, that's what I tell them. I'm like, oh, I love her though, and I was like, I want you to talk to her because she's amazing, and, like, you know. But yeah, so that's one thing I'm like, oh, I hate that you're, like, in the corner over there. And I would love for my clients to get to know you more. That's also why I asked you to be here, because I'm like, to show more about who you are and, like, what you do, your style. I did want to say the story of what happened to me, because I feel like,
oh, okay.
Oh, and I forgot it. I was gonna bring it. I know it's something very personal, and, like, I haven't really told a lot of people, because it was something that was like, what the heck, right? Like, it was crazy, and I feel like nobody really understands unless you've been through something like that, or, like, you've seen the signs. But I kind of wanted to talk about that story. Did you want to talk about it? Because it's more about me, right? But I feel like
I was there.
You're a part of it. But I think it's such a crazy story, and, like, this honestly aligned everything for me and for you, I feel, because I remember that night, like, I reached out to you, or the next day actually, and we were talking, and you were like, I feel like I have purpose. Yeah, so that night we were having, like,
a game night.
Yeah, we're having a game night. And it's crazy because you were, like, the last one here, and I was like, you know what, Jazzy, lock up, like, I'm gonna go get ready, and you can go to my house whenever you're ready, right? So I remember you were still here working. I left to Walmart because I was like, I'm gonna go buy a few things, and the girls had wanted to buy the Cards Against Humanity or whatever, which this is a really bad part of the story, because that game is really bad.
It's, like, really bad.
No, it's a really bad game to, like, put this with my spiritual journey, but it's really funny.
No, Jesus,
it's not funny, but it's
God
funny.
uses literally anything to reach you, you know. He's gonna find his way to you.
Yeah, and I believe that because of this game.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it was crazy. So we go to Walmart, and we're standing there forever, and we're like, which one do we buy? Because that game is so stupid. Like, it has so many versions. Like, who cares, right? And so I was like, after 10 minutes, I was like, guys, who cares? I grabbed that one. I was like, this one's speaking to me. Let's go. So we leave. We go check out. The girls were leaving, and you were still here, and you texted me, like, I'm not leaving till late. And so I was like, yeah, don't worry. Like, take your time. So we start playing the game without you. And I pass out all the cards, and everybody gets their deck. And it was insane because, let me go back in time a little. So for some reason, like, this past year and a half, I see the numbers 827 everywhere, which is weird. I always see it like 8.27, or I see 827. I see it on the times all the time. And I would always tell Marcus that I'm like, oh, I saw the number again, and he would always say it too. We'd be like 827 every time we saw it. So it was just kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
And after a while, I did start getting scared of it because I was like, what the heck, like 827, like is that's scary, like why do I keep seeing that number? Like I was genuinely scared,
Yeah.
right? So back to the cards, right? I pass them out, I flip the cards over, and the first card I see was 8.27. And I was like, I got freaked out. I showed Marcus. I was like, look at the card.
It was
and
just like with a dollar sign, like an amount of money,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. It actually had the dollar sign. So I show Marcus, and he was just like, that's so weird. And in my head, I'm like, well, is there other cards with money? Is there other number? Like,
it was
what the heck?
really random and specific.
Yes, it was weird. And it was a whole new deck. Like, I undid the plastic. I did everything like it was brand new. And I started digging through the cards, and I was like trying to find another money. I was like, there's no other numbers in this deck. Like, this is weird. So I'm there showing everybody, and we're already all having a good time, right? And I'm over here having a mental breakdown. And so everybody was just not even fazed by it. I was like, oh. So what I did was I get the card and I put it under my lap, and the whole night I was thinking about it.
It was in the back of your head.
It was in the back of my mind. And so you finally get there, and I wanted to tell you so bad, but I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. Like, this is too much right now. So everybody ends up leaving, and I was like, Jazzy, can I show you something? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, I'm really scared, and it's weird. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So, and I explained the whole thing about the 827 to you. And so I showed you the card, and like your face like scared me, because you were like, what the heck? Because it was weird.
It was,
like,
yeah.
It was weird. So you're like, do you have a Bible? And I was like, yeah, I have a Bible. Let me get it. And I'm like shaking because I'm scared, because I'm like, am I gonna find something out? I was like, what's going on? So I go get my Bible, and we turn to the scripture 827, right? Or
I think it was Job.
No, okay, so that's later, right? So when you had turned to the scripture 827, and I read it, and I was like, no, this isn't like, I don't feel like this is for me. So you're like, okay, let's check page 827. And we go, we look, and it's the story of Job.
Okay, yes, that's what it was.
Yes, and I started crying because I was like, wait. And what's even crazier is like, anytime something happens where like things go wrong, Marcus would always tell me that, have you heard the story of Job? To make me feel better, right?
Yeah.
And in my head, I know the story about Job, and he loses everything, right?
Yeah.
And so in my head, I was like, am I gonna lose everything? I'm like, is this what it is? Is this what it means? Yeah. And you're like, no. You're like, it's a story about faith and having faith, like, you know? So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It was weird.
But it was so crazy because, like, we were, like you said, all of us were there, and it just so happened that I was the last one to get there to the party, and then, like, the last one to leave.
Yeah.
And I told you, like, I was supposed to be the last one there. I was supposed to be the one for you to tell me about the number so that I could, like, so that you wouldn't be afraid of, like, little signs like that, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe it's just like a reminder from God, like, okay, maybe it's time to get back in the Word, or read a little scripture, or I'm here with you, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I stayed too.
I know.
Yeah.
I just thought it was insane. Anytime I think about it, I'm like, that's crazy. And ever since then, I feel like I've noticed it when I'm like sad. Where I've noticed it when like
when
I'm
you're
having
starting to panic or having a like bad day or whatever.
And the number will come out, and I think it's so beautiful, and it makes me think of other people, like, what signs are they not seeing?
Yeah.
You know, because all this time I kept seeing that number, and I thought it was something bad, and like now you're in my life, and we literally like figured it out together. Like, it was just insane. Yeah. But like it's insane to think too, like, all this time God was there. Oh, yeah. And God was telling me, like, I am here for you. You're okay.
Yeah.
So now every time I see the number, like, it just makes me feel like, oh,
yeah,
like, I'm safe. I'm okay.
Even I feel like that sometimes, you know, like that day that I told you that all that happened. I had been feeling like, not that I didn't have God with me, but like, I don't know, just like spiritual dryness is what they call it, or like spiritual drought. Yeah. And I even messaged you, like, I just been feeling so far, like, so distant from God, and this is just a reminder for me that he's still using me. He still has purpose, and for whatever reason he crossed our paths, you know.
Yeah, I love
And it's really cool, and it's so, like I said, an honor to even be used by God, like to guide you, or to, if you have a question about a certain, like the mustard seed.
Yeah, I did ask you. And it's crazy. I asked you about that like prior, like 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks before. I had asked you about the mustard seed because I was like I was telling you too that I'm not very knowledgeable with like the terminology, the Bible. Like I know some stories, but I don't know fully. Like I'm not as educated, which I want to be. And I had seen something randomly about a mustard seed, and I was like, a mustard seed? What is that in the Bible? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
So I randomly go to your table, and I'm like, Jazzy, what's a mustard seed in the Bible? And you, like, explain that it's about faith, and I was like, oh. So then weeks later, this happened, and then you went to church the next day, or you were reading the Bible.
That Sunday.
Yeah.
And our sermon was, like, about that, like,
the mustard seed.
About the mustard seed. And I like took a picture of it and sent it to you because I was like, I can't make this up. Like there's no way that I would have known that our sermon was going to be about the mustard seed and break it down. And the night before you were asking me about, you know, the number 827, and I was like, well, maybe it's just a reminder that you have to go back into your word and just fill yourself up, you know, with God's word.
Yeah, I love it.
It's really
cool. And that next day when you messaged me all that, I started crying my eyes out, like, but not a bad cry.
No,
it was like a beautiful cry. And Marcus was like, we were driving, and he's like, "Don't cry," and like he was trying to, you know how we are, like, "Don't cry," and I was like, crying, and I was like, "No, Marcus, like it's a good cry. Like I just need to cry," and I sat there, and it was just coming out, and I feel like ever since then, like I see things differently, and I feel differently, and like I've never felt this strong. And you were telling me like that's the Holy Spirit, and like that made me more emotional because I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, you see people crying in church and they're like, you know, and I never have felt that before, and I was getting that on my way to Starbucks. That's so bad. But I thought it was so beautiful, and I feel like if you were never here, like I don't think that would have happened to me. And I feel like God would have eventually maybe stopped giving me the sign because I ignored it.
No, I don't think so. He would have found another way to reach you.
Yeah, I love that. Like, I was really scared at first, but now I'm just like...
It's just a reminder to, like, cling on to your faith. Yeah.
Take it for what it is, and it's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Because
you were telling me that, like, it's not bad. Don't be scared, you know? So... Now I feel like I've been living my life differently.
Yeah,
that's
good.
I love it.
And I feel like the change I made in my career, it was like, it needed to happen not only for me, but like for others around me, like you. Like maybe you would have gone on like being filled with all this fear because you're like, oh my gosh, I see this number everywhere. What does it mean? Like, how would you have known? Or like, that it would be a reminder for you to just hang on to your faith, you know? Yeah,
I love it. I love knowing things now, or like, I ask you questions. I'm always like, Jazzy, what does this mean? Or what is, like, I just love how
do I word this?
Yeah, like I just love how knowledgeable you are, and like your faith, and like you're just so spiritual, and I look up to that a lot. I love it.
I love that you see me that way because I wasn't always like this, you know.
Yeah, and we've talked about that before too. Yeah, I think it's beautiful.
It's really cool, like how much I've changed because of God in my life. Like I wasn't always like this.
Yeah. So I remember you like rocker, not rocker, but emo, like hair to the side.
Yeah, I had dreadlocks or whatever.
That's so funny. No, but I just think it's so beautiful, and I love having you here. I love that you love Simple Beauty.
Yeah,
and I love that you want to see us grow, and you've grown a lot, and it's just beautiful. And I'm always in your corner all the time. Did you see yourself growing so much with us in a short period of time? It was such a big step for you to move locations. Like, how does that make you feel now? Or did you see yourself growing this much?
I could have never expected the amount of growth that I've experienced in the 6 months. Like, nothing could have prepared me for it. Yeah. But I'm really grateful that it happened.
But yeah, it was a big thing for you, because I know when you were leaving the last location, you were really scared. But I told you, I was like, it's such a good thing. Like, you're just growing as a person, and you know, and we are a new shop, so that means new clients and things like that.
Yeah. I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, because it was a new shop.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's slow in the beginning, but it hasn't been slow.
I know.
Which we're really grateful for.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that, I mean, we're just growing, you know?
Yeah.
It's nice. It's awesome to be a part of.
I love it. I think
Yeah.
that too is like everybody underestimated me.
Yeah.
Like not
Well,
everybody, but a lot of people did. And like I told you that like a lot of people rejected me and they didn't want to be
Yeah.
here because it was a new shop, and that's what people would always tell me.
Mhm.
But I did have my clientele. I feel like I've reached a lot of people and I have a lot of people in my life.
Mhm.
That's why I was like, don't be scared. It's okay, don't be scared.
You're like, just do it.
I know, just be here. Also, did you know, I mean, because I don't know this, I've never asked you this. Did you know that I knew you? Or did you know that I remembered you?
I didn't know if you remembered me or not, because
Yeah,
I was
that's what
such
I'm
a like
asking.
weird person.
I
in-
remembered you though.
Stop.
I didn't know if
I'm
you
embarrassed.
remembered me. Me too. I didn't know if you remembered me.
I
'Cause
did.
I was
I
so-
thought it was so cool that you
Oh.
wanted that we were friends in middle school.
I don't know. I was just so weird. I didn't know I was weird either. Like, I genuinely thought I was, like, the coolest.
I knew
ever.
I was weird, but I didn't want to like. I wouldn't be like, I'm so weird, you know. I was just weird, but I
Yeah.
knew I was.
Now I'm like that as an adult. Yeah. We were just little girls, though.
Mhm.
I feel like people broke our spirits for no reason.
Yeah, but it's okay. Look at us. We crossed paths again to lift each other up.
I know. What is your favorite thing about being a part of our team? Like, what stands out for you, and what do you enjoy most about being here? Not just the shop, but like our team, the environment.
I guess our like openness with each other, like our communication with each other.
Yeah.
It's really easygoing. Like we all flow really well with each other, I feel.
I think so too.
And even when we get new people, it's like not it's not like a hostile, like, you know, when you start a new job, sometimes it's like everybody's weird with you, or like
Yeah.
mean, or we try to help each other, we try to guide each other and give each other tips, and oh, we do it like this, but if it's easier for you this way, you can do it that way.
Yeah.
And things like
It's
that.
just like healthy, like a healthy
Mhm.
environment.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing I tell you girls, like, I don't condone drama.
Mhm.
I've never had like this huge blowout where I fight with people. Like,
Yeah.
that's just not my personality.
Yeah.
And I don't want people on my team that has that personality, like
Mhm.
conflict and constantly talking, gossiping. Like,
Yeah.
that's just something that doesn't sit well with me, and that's not my character.
Mhm.
So when I do hire people, I give them a probation period.
Mhm.
I didn't give you a probation period because I liked you.
Well,
I was
thank
like,
you.
I
I'm
want
honored.
her. So, yeah, no, I put them on a probation period because I'm
Mhm.
like, it has to be a good fit for all of us. It's not just
Yeah.
about me.
Mhm.
It's about the shop. It's about you girls. It's about the clients.
Yeah.
Like, you know me, you know that's my number one thing is the clients. Like, it
Mhm.
has to be, you have to have a good customer service. You have to be friendly. Somebody walks in, we all talk to people. Like,
Yeah.
we all, you know how it is. I go to your table and we're all talking and laughing.
Yes.
And that's the environment I love and I
Yeah.
want. And that's the environment I've always given.
Mhm.
So if a girl's gonna sit there and just be like, I'm better than this, I don't want to, like, you know, like,
Yeah.
that's not
a good fit for
it's
us.
not a good fit, especially that we work so close. Like, the tables
Yeah.
are so close, and it's like, one thing I tell you girls is I feel like if I give you a table, you need to feel special and
Mhm.
feel grateful about it, because I only have 3 tables.
Mhm.
So if I give you a table, I just want you to know, like, that's something that is not easy for me to do.
Mhm.
And one thing too is like being structured. I was kind of scared about that because I didn't know how you were at your other shop and
Mhm.
stuff. Like, any nail tech though, like any nail tech, you don't know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
So that's one thing is like, I'm a very structured person and I'm very crazy about my cleaning and
Mhm.
you know.
Yes. No, I love that though.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm glad that I incorporate into my daily routine now.
Yeah.
It's more efficient now that I started working here, you know?
Yeah. I think it's also
So-
important too because I don't like when you come in the morning and your client's already sitting at your table and you're like, I don't have clean toes, I don't have this, I don't, you know. So this just ensures that your client's gonna get like the best experience possible, and not seeing you like, oh,
panic
cleaning. Yeah, like it's just not a good look. And at the end of the day, like I tell you girls, like it's just gonna make you a better nail tech, you know, like.
It really has though.
Yeah,
like genuinely in these last 6 months I've grown so much as the nail tech. Like,
yeah, like
I'm more tidy now, and
yeah, the clients love being in a clean space and just like
seeing you open a new sterilized pack, and
like I just love it. The friendliness, the customer service is something I always look for in people. And I love it. I love our team. I love you girls every day. Like, I'm always so excited to see you, and I'm always like, guess what happened to me yesterday? Or like just talking, you know, like I love you guys. Like sometimes I am annoying. I feel like I'm too much.
No, you're crazy.
No, sometimes I'm too much in the mornings. Like you guys are like walking in with your coffees, and I'm like, good morning. Like,
you're like, I don't need coffee.
Like I run on adrenaline. But yeah, I love that you love being here, and we always talk about this, like, you know, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Is 5 years too long, or do you want to do like 2 years?
I don't know. 2 years is like a long time,
but
it's also so short.
I know, because think about it. Like, we're already 6 months in with you here. We're 8 months in with the shop, so it just goes by so fast.
I see it like growing more.
For sure.
Yeah.
Our clients are so amazing. I love hearing like the clients come in and they're like, I love it here. I love the vibe. And I get that a lot from your clients. Like, now that I've been charging and stuff, like, they come and they, like, compliment the shop or, like, just being here. And I'm like, oh, because that was my biggest thing is, like, not just for my clients, like, the clients I've had for a long time. I want the same experience for everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying my best. And I just want people to like me. All sad. But I see you just growing. I see you being amazing. I can see you being one of the biggest nail techs here in Harlingen, maybe the Valley.
Don't scare me.
No, I really see you growing. You're gonna be. I want you to be a bigger part of Simple Beauty, and I just see you being amazing and growing. And
thank you. But yeah, I do see myself here in 2 years at least.
Yeah, I mean, I want whatever for you, but I also like love having you here, and especially in my life. And then even if you go do your own thing, like, I'm still gonna be annoying, and I'm still gonna call you and send you memes like, at 3 a.m.
And guess what happened?
We're gonna be trauma dumping on each other. Yeah, I'm so excited for you. Do you have any questions for me, or like, is there anything you've ever wanted to ask me?
Did you think I was gonna grow so much in 6 months?
For sure.
You did?
I did.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
I already knew. I was gonna get you there.
Thank you.
No, honestly, I really did. Like back to me talking about the nail page, I was like, why do you not have a nail page? Like, I have a nail page, I don't even do nails. No, but just also seeing your clients, like, I think that's one thing that says a lot about a nail tech is their clientele. Not just because you have a lot of clientele, but the clientele themselves, the character of your clients. Like, they're so sweet and they love you. Like, I remember when it was Christmas, you were getting gifts left and right, and they genuinely love you. And like, people, like I'm telling you, people come and tell me like, I love Jazzy, or she's amazing, and I've known her for a long time. And so I see you being just this big, amazing, like, nail tech, I guess, here, you know.
Thank you.
So I love it.
Thank you for like seeing the future for me.
Yeah, that's one
for
thing
having
too.
A vision for me.
I love it. I think that's one thing too, is like, you know me, I mean, I'm a girl's girl to a certain extent, but I love women, and I love you guys. I'm like, we're all baddies in our own way. But yeah, I'm happy we did this.
Me too.
We were really nervous about it. We were talking about it all month.
We were both really nervous.
I know. You're like, can I get out of this? And I was like, it's too late. We're in it. But I'm happy you came, and I feel like this was really beautiful.
I agree.
And I'm happy because maybe my clients get to know you a little more.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think so too.
I look mean sometimes because I'm like really concentrated on my work, or like I'm painting Frenchies and I'm like this, and I look angry, but I'm not mad.
You're like, in my head I'm crying. In your head I'm scared. No, but I'm happy we did this.
Me too.
I hope this was a good experience for you as well. This was everything to me. I love you, and I can't wait to see what's in our future.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I am excited too.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you.